Hey everybody, so it's me. Just been driving along in Kings Valley trying to get some shots and the such for the series that we're putting together called Alien Encounters, and came across this spot which is really beautiful. It's got this really nice rocky area here around the river. And what's really cool is, let me walk out a little bit so you can see, is this. Oregon sometimes has these little treasures that are just tucked away in the middle of nowhere. And I love this because it brings me back to when I was like a boy. And I would love to find things like this and go up in there and create like forts and pretend like I was a caveman or something, or live in caves. You know, it just takes you back to your childhood. And it's just amazing how this tree just holds on for life. So let me go a ways away and show you the tree. It is huge. So it just clings on for life. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to stop and talk with you guys for a while about why I decided to go back to the Witch's Castle. So most of you don't know that, or unless you watched the episode, the first episode, why I went back to Witch's Castle is because I had already been there. I would say about 7 years ago. So it was something, so at that point in time in my life, I had like a paranormal group. Something I had never done, and I always kind of wanted to try. And I never expected it to really go anywhere. But it took off big time. We were one of the top paranormal groups in the state of Oregon. Basically because we went to law enforcement. We went to skeptical groups and asked them, what would it take for you to believe any evidence, and what would be the proper way to do investigations. And so they trained us, and so we put all that together and did all the training. We had about 10 people in the group and got up all our equipment, spent a lot of money doing that. And we just started doing cases. And the funny thing is, we didn't really have that many at first, but after a while, it was a lot of cases in a month, to the point where most of us had a hard time balancing that and holding a full-time job. Anyways, on one of these cases, we went to the Witch's Castle. And I am a huge skeptic when it comes to the paranormal. However, I do believe and keep an open mind about things. When I went to the Witch's Castle with 3 people in our group, we never expected to get anything. But we went at night, whereas in the episodes that I filmed, we're doing it in the daytime. And anyhow, we went at night, and it had this vibe to it. And we just started, doing our thing. Taking pictures, recording on the digital recorder for electronic voice phenomena, EVPs. And we got a lot of evidence. And of course we knew a little bit about the background story to the location. And which, if you watch my episode, I'll give you that background story there. I'm not going to really go into it now. But not many places I've ever been to has provided me with enough evidence to say that a place is haunted. Witch's Castle almost got me there. So we caught voices on tape, of a little girl talking to me, of a guy that was saying a few things, and then we got like balls of light. Not dust or bugs, or when we did the investigation, we went back and watched the tapes, and and the pictures and the, you know, the voice recordings. We reasoned out everything. So, and plus you have to know who you're investigating with, because sometimes people will burp, hiccup, you know, pass gas, or whatever, and you have to know your people who you investigate with so that you're very familiar with their noises. And so we took all that out. And with what was left, the evidence was, how do I say? The evidence was phenomenal. I'm just going to say phenomenal. However, it wasn't the best evidence I've ever gotten. But so I wanted to go back. The place has changed a lot in 7 years. One, there's a lot more graffiti now, which is sad, because I don't like it when people, I'm going to say people in general, because I don't know who did it, who go in and tag stuff. There was very nasty words written on walls, and it's a shame, because it's a tourist site. Not many people know the actual story of the site, but it's a great place to go to. And it's along a trail in a park. So that was kind of disappointing, that there was a lot of graffiti on it, and there's a lot more people there. So it was very crowded when me and Noah went there. But I wanted to go back anyways to kind of revisit, you know, what I had experienced before. So it was not what it lived up to be. However, it was during the daytime, so I have to kind of give it that. And you know, we had fun. Let's just put it that way. Noah and I had fun. We got to tease each other a little bit, and you know, got to walk the neighborhoods of Portland, which are very pretty. And you know, we just had a great day. We stopped and had lunch and all that such. But so that I just kind of wanted to talk to you about why I went back there and why you're seeing it. Has nothing really to do with any kind of book I will be writing. There is, however, a place that I am going to go to that has a witch that is very well documented and known, where she I'm probably not going to get this right, so please forgive me, but it was some story. I have to look this up again. I wasn't really prepared to tell the story. I'm just kind of flying off the top of my head here. So it's something about she disappointed some people in the town, and they came after her because she was a witch, and they were starting to burn her at the stake, I believe. Don't know. Anyways, so she put a curse on the town that the curse would burn down 3 times. And the city did burn down twice. And it hasn't happened a 3rd time. But there's a graveyard that's near that town that she is well known to be seen in. And so I want to go there when I start doing a future series on witchcraft. I want to get a blend of the old school witchcraft, how that was handled back in the day. I'm not really going to take you clear back to the Salem, Massachusetts witch trials, but I'm going to take you back a little bit to see the difference between the past form of witchcraft and, dare I say, the New Age witchcraft. You know, witchcraft of today, let's just say. So I want you to kind of see that comparison and give you some backstories. I've already got some interviews lined up for that, so I'm very excited. Another thing I wanted to kind of talk to you about is this, you know, like doing these videos and these adventures. I really do enjoy. I do. And the idea of it, which I probably mentioned in another video or episode, was that when I put up my books, people ask me where do I get my stories from. And this is kind of what these videos are about. I want you to see how I stumble upon stories. Sometimes I will be on another investigation and I will come across another topic. For example, while doing the episode of Alien Encounters, which is what I'm currently working on, I had someone approach me about being a member of an underground vampire cult. And of course I want to do a series on vampires. And because I don't think vampires is what you really know it as. There's a lot more to it and a lot more commonality with it. So anyway, so that's just an example. But so these videos are for showing you the process of what I go through to research, investigate, do interviews, get kind of the feel of the story. And then I take all that, put it together, and fictionize it into a story. So it sounds complicated. It's not really that complicated. So, you know, that's kind of why I started this. So, because I will say, I've had people read my books and ask me if it's true, if the story's true, if the characters are true, which no, I have changed it so much that it's not. However, the skeletal parts of the story is from 2 stories, and they don't believe me. That's strong. I shouldn't say it that way. They do believe me, but it's hard for them to swallow. You know, it's hard for them to swallow some of the stories I tell them that I've been through, such as catching a fairy in my hand. That has happened to me, and I have photos to back that up. Or sitting down with the family of vampires. I've done it. I have the interview. I have it on tape. You know, I document everything so that I can go back and look at it for future reference. In case I want to do an extended story or another different story, so I can kind of get my head wrapped around and get into that feel. You know, and even with the underground tunnels, with the highway systems and everything, been there. And I have the pictures to prove it. So I always back my things up. I don't necessarily feel like when someone challenges me to what's true and what is not, that I have to prove it. You know, it's ridiculous. I would be having to carry files upon files upon files around with me every day. So I just let people believe what they want to believe. But I came up with this idea to document how I go about finding the stories, like I said, and to have you come along with me. And Amazon liked it, Pepsi liked it, and they sponsored me. And I'm happy. I'm very happy. So I get to do what I love, and I get paid for it, which is so cool. So anyways, I hope that everybody really enjoys these videos. I know at times it may seem boring because it's not always excitement or episodes of the X-Files. There are very boring parts of it, and there's a lot of it I leave out. I don't put in the hours upon hours upon hours of internet research, the hours upon hours of going to museums or historic societies, doing, you know, digging through old paperwork and maps, and I don't put that in there. There's a duck that just flew by. Because, God, how boring would that be for you guys? But when I hit the streets, like we did yesterday in Brownsville for the Alien Encounter series, you're there with me, you know. And my friend Austin, who went with me, has never done that before. And it almost really encouraged him to write something for himself. And he understands now what it's like. It's almost like being a detective. However, you're just an investigative writer. You know, you're trying to track down that story. So I just wanted to stop and talk to you a little bit and kind of get that out there, you know, and let you know kind of what was in my mind. So I'm going to get back on the road, and if I find some other cool place to stop and I feel like I have something more to say, I will totally stop and share it with you. Meanwhile, I will in this video give you pictures, you know, that nobody's really seen before, and share some other stuff with you to make, you know, these vlogs a little bit interesting. But I love having these vlogs with you guys because I get to sit down and kind of touch base with you and have face-to-face conversations with you, and I feel like every one of you that has subscribed to me has become almost like a family to me. Like when I look in the lens, I'm talking straight to every one of you, and it feels really cool. Like I've always felt like on these past investigations that I've had to go out by myself and put myself in dangerous positions. But now with a camera that links you and I and all of us together, I feel like every one of you are out here with me, and that is really a secure feeling, and it feels really cool. So anyways, I'll give you a little bit more of the nature scene because it's so beautiful. Love Oregon. And then I will get back to you guys really soon. Alright, here's the nature. Hey, I just left you and I went down the highway a little bit and I ran across something that is super cool. So this is, once it kind of focuses, why is it not focusing? Oh, there it goes. The Beazle Memorial Forest. Now, what's cool about this place is this. That is so cool. And I know you think it's just a house, but you gotta check this out. See, I would totally buy a house like this and fix it up. This is at the entrance of the park, and there's a plaque here. I'm thinking it's gonna tell us what it is. Can you read that? It's the Plunkett House, built about, let's see if I can get close for you guys, built about 1875. This is a farmhouse of the period. It was owned by Ashna Norton Plunkett, the first pioneer child born in Kings Valley, whose parents, Hopstill King and Lucius Norton, came across the plains in 1845. This is a very old picture, but that's the family. Can you imagine? And that's the house. Could you imagine that big family living in this tiny little house? That is insane. So we're gonna see if we can actually look in the windows, which means I'm gonna have to see if I can crawl up on this porch. Oh, here we go. Whoa, that wood is kind of wonky. So you can see in there, it looks like they're doing some renovations. Yeah, there you go. I don't know if you can get too far. Can you see it? That is so cool. Okay, let's walk around the house. I like the way they got the stone around the house. That is really cool. Actually, it's not a bad idea for everybody to do it that way. Oh, this has to be the bathroom. I don't know how to block that sun for you guys. It's kind of really sunny out right now. Look at that old door. Can you see that? Oh my God. And I think it's been updated because I don't think the original family here had toilets. So yeah, a lot of doors to this place though. Yeah, there's a lot of doors. Not a lot of windows. Although there is an upstairs window. I just don't think the house is sturdy enough to go to the upstairs. And then there's this. Tell me what you guys see, because I cannot lift that high to see in there. Here's another room. I have to put the camera up against the window so you guys can see. Man, I guess I would have to look later. Yeah. So I love this. And it looks like, see that little border there that slopes down? It looks like there used to be a porch here. Like an overhang. Oh, there's one right there too. So it looks like there's a corner. Let's check that picture again and see. I know it doesn't matter, but I really like to. Oh yeah, see? This right here. That's not on the house anymore. So that must have been like, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But there's an upstairs window there too. I would really like to get in that house someday. I know. Anyways, so what do you think? Should we go for a little tiny hike? Kind of check things out. There is this barn over here. So I love it when I come across stuff like this on the highway. And if you ever come to Oregon, it's always the small highways. I guess what you call a byway. Never on like I-5 or anything like that. You'll never see a lot of this. But we're not going to go too far today because it is extremely hot out here. Okay, it's tobacco free. I don't know what that is. I think this is an event hall or something. That is super cool though. Love these old barns. So there's another plaque up there. We'll kind of check it out. Oh yeah. So this is kind of like a overhang. Yeah, I think this is like an event hall. And that's okay. Let's go check out what that plaque says. See, it's under that little awning thing. A forest managed by biodiversity. Fred Beazell, whatever. Beazell. Yeah. Yeah, it's just talking about being, conservatory and the such. So it's really hot out here. I'm not gonna walk too far, but we'll have to come back and check out the park later. So today's about 92 tomorrow's supposed to be about 107, and Sunday's supposed to be 113, which kind of sucks because I got a fire pit party at my house, but nobody's gonna really want a fire pit. But we're not canceling. So anyways, it's a little hot, so we're not gonna go too far. But I just wanted to stop and show you guys this cool place, and we definitely will come back here next time we're in the area and just check the park out 110%, because I remember coming here years ago. I think it's been a long time. Anyways, yeah, that's my door. Anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go and talk to you here in a little bit. Bye. Hi guys, I just wanted to talk to you a little bit and let you know how things are going. So we just finished walking around and talking about, you know, why I created the videos and the episodes of Witch's Castle. So I hope you did enjoy that, and I hope you enjoyed that great park that I went to with that house. So I do want to introduce some new episodes coming up with a series called Cave Creatures. What we're trying to do here is we're trying to show that there could possibly be other hominids that live in cave systems anywhere, from the Pacific Northwest to Mexico to Argentina to France to Germany, Australia, anywhere. And it's just fodder for, or I should say material for books. You know, that's what we're doing. But is it possible? So we'll get into all that when we get into the series. So very exciting stuff. We just got back yesterday from taping, you know, the first episode of that, and I'm going to tell you there are quite a few surprises in that episode. So you're going to have to, you know, keep watching. So here's a sneak preview of Caveman, or I should say Cave Creatures. So enjoy, and I will talk to you guys on the next episode. Thank you guys. Hit that like button and make those comments. Subscribe. Talk to you later. Bye bye.